I'm Trey Booth, and today I want to talk about the U.S. dollar. There's been some talk lately about the U.S. dollar potentially losing its reserve currency, and we've gotten some calls from clients about what that may look like or when that might happen. And so I thought it might be helpful to address some of this questions and concerns with some hard facts and information. So the reserve currency is a elevated status for the U.S. dollar in that it is used in cross-border transactions across the world. And what that means is that gives the dollar more value than it otherwise would have. And so will that go away? Yes. History tells us that these transitions happen over long centuries, and there will be a time where the U.S. is not the reserve currency. But nothing in the data suggests that that's going to happen anytime soon. Currently, the U.S. dollar comprises 58% of all central bank reserves. That's backed by the euro with 21%, the yen, the Japanese currency, at 6%, the British pound at 5%, and then finally the Chinese renminbi is 3%. So we're far and away the most used currency for central banks' reserves. And in addition to that, when a company or country wants to borrow in a currency that's not their own, and so they want to take money from the financial markets to build a new product, or to fund some sort of initiative in their country, 70% of all those loans are done in US dollars. So that means that company or country has to get dollars back to pay off that loan. That's the vast majority of loans made internationally, not in local currency, are done in US dollar. In addition, a lot of people have focused on the Asia Pacific region as an area that is very hesitant to use dollars, but the data does not back that up. Over 74% of transactions done in the Asia Pacific region from 2009 to 2019 were done in US dollars. So you're sitting there, why would a country that is not based on the dollar use dollars? Well, that's what happens is you are in China and you want to buy, let's say, oil from Saudi Arabia. Well, Saudi Arabia doesn't necessarily want to get the Chinese renminbi. So what you have to do is you have to go get dollars, then pay Saudi Arabia those dollars for that oil, and then Saudi Arabia will give you that oil, and now Saudi Arabia has dollars that they can go to the rest of the world and buy many things that are denominated in dollars. And so to replace the U.S. currency as that reserve currency, there has to be a viable replacement. And that replacement has to have the ability to flood the world with their currency and for the currency to then be used to buy other things. And currently, the US dollar is the only acceptable option. Now, one day that may change, but as it stands now, there's just no other currency that can take that amount of volume. Just to put into context, globally, there was $32 trillion of trade of goods around the world in 2022. However, if you look at the trade of currencies, there was $7 trillion worth of trade of currencies every single day this year. And 88% of those trades involved US dollars. There's just no other currency that can match that amount of volume. And so while I do think that the world would like to move away from the dollar, there is no alternative right now. And because of that, we remain the elevated status, and that will really help generations going forward be able to continue to maintain their lifestyle and continue to trade internationally and freely without much concern. There's a lot more information behind this, so please don't hesitate to call if you'd like to discuss it further. Thank you so much.